so tonight we are honored to have one of Cape Town's finest in studio with us.
Met 'n career van over 35 years, die legend Nur Abrahams. Welkom by ons show.
Dis baie lekker om hier te wees, man.
Nur, ons is so happy om veel vanaand saam met ons te hê, nee. So my eerste vraag aan jou sal wees: where did the music start for you, and elaborate a bit more on your boy band era?
Okay, so music for me started when I was very young. My mom and dad actually had a group back in the 60s, and there was always music in the house. Everybody would always be singing, brothers, sisters, family would come over. My uncle was in the group. They had another friend, and it was just a yellow mengelmoes of people that's close and friends that have made along the way. So there was always music in the house. So at 4 years old, I would be humming along to whatever they were singing as a family. But the one that really stuck with me as a kid, couldn't sing a word, but I would hum to it, was Paradise Road by Joy. And that was the song that I would continuously hum wherever I go. And that's when my mom really took onto me. She started training me, everything that I know. I have absolutely no formal training. I never went to music school. I can't read music. I can't even play an instrument.
What?
But the music is inside of me.
Yeah.
It's in my head. I can sit in front of a computer and I can create a complete song for you by ear. And it's just something that I've honed on my ears, and especially from young already. So
Truly blessed.
Yes.
I'd say you are truly blessed.
thank you.
True, yeah. You
But on the boy band thingy, I was in high school, and ek en my cousin Rafik, we were in the same class for many years. In to sit there was we were actually was in a group geweest, the Cape Traditional Song Spinners Summit, with a very well-known guy called Amin Vardin as the coach, and we were the youngsters. And it was always like in us, this group singing and the harmonies and the stuff, and it was amazing. And then as we were growing up together, this was like 4, 5, 6, 7. We ended up in high school at Harold Cressy together, and one day he was sitting in the back and he's like, "Guys, let's start a group." And he was like, "Oh, okay, cool, let's do it." Because we were very much into the boys. Anybody knows the boys? Stay the night.
Yes.
We were very much into them, and they were like, the thing for us. And then we decided to start limited edition out of high school, and limited edition evolved into many other things. Later on, we evolved into Jag, because Rafik, he was very much into Lukman singing and Emo Adams, and he kind of brought us all together. But Rafik, my cousin, eventually moved to live in Vienna, Austria, and then it was just myself, Emo, Mundir, Mansoor, and later on Lukman joined us, and that led me to many opportunities to travel the world, like travel to Malaysia. My very first time I ever traveled in my life, traveled to Malaysia and worked and did things there for 9 months. We launched a Jaguar X-Type, sang for the King of Malaysia, sang with one of the biggest artist in Malaysia called Siti Nurhaliza. We launched a Nokia cell phone there. We did a whole bunch of things. We traveled to Singapore. We saw Orchid Street, which is one of the longest streets that you could, as langer as Edley Straat.
Sure.
Picture Edley Straat,
Yeah.
100 keer langer.
sure.
In a sense.
Sounds like a great journey.
It has been, and it still is.
Yeah.
Baie interessant om te weet, dankie Noor. Nou, Noor, hy is heavy connected met die Klopse. Sê gou vir my, hoe belangrik is die Klopse vir ons culture?
Wow. I started again at a very young age. Ik het gesing. It was in a musical at that time. It was the Artscape. Now it's the Nikomala. Now it's called the Artscape. And I auditioned for a musical that I was the lead role in. And but this happened because I auditioned for Shell Road to Fame. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, there's other people sitting in the audience that also saw me, and it was Klopse people, and this deal and that, so they're everywhere. They're always scouting for the next, talent, and it's literally been that. So then they scouted me, and it was everybody knows Port, no? Pennsylvanians. It was the very first Klopse I ever sang for, and I sang for them for 3 years. So from there it evolved from Klopse to Malay choir to this to that,
Wow.
singing juvenile, you know, and then later on singing senior, because it was juvenile sentimental in Malay choir, juvenile sentimental in Klopse, and then it was juvenile in Malay choir, adult in Malay choir, adult in Klopse. So it is definitely a breeding ground for talent,
Yes.
and people who want to break into the industry in a different way,
Yeah.
because the music industry is a very tough and difficult business to break into. You have to have that niche or that special thing or that
Yes.
special sound, or your life needs to be so interesting that everybody just wants you.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? So it's a very difficult business to break into. You can have the most amazing voice, the greatest ideas, the most amazing production, but it's just not what people want to hear right now. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to the Klopse, it is a completely different market that you can break into, because you can get paid very well if you are good enough, or if you have that special thing that they want. So there's different criteria, like, you know, there's the comic, there's the adult sentimental, there's so many different things that you can do, and it's not just English comic, it's Afrikaanse comic, and it's, you know, it's that kind of thing. So there's so many things that you can evolve into, because ek ken singers wat ge-evolve het in hulle coach nou die team. You know what I mean? And they are very renowned for that, because hulle het hulle skills gehoon, man. Hulle het hulle self gaan leer, because nowadays jy kan op YouTube gaan, en kan jy leer hoe om 'n piano te speel, jy kan leer hoe om 'n beat te maak. Hulle wys jou alles van hoe om compression te gebruik, om dit. You know, so you don't have to go to a music school. I'm not saying do not do that. Everybody needs, if you want to be professional in this world, go and study. Really learn your craft, because it will do amazing things for you. But if you don't, not by the opportunity, because also mense, nie almal kan dit afford nie.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So
So hulle gaan na die institutions soos die Klopse en die Malay choir om 'n instrument te leer, om te sing.
Yeah.
Do you know, so I would say that Klopse and Malay choirs is very important for our people in our culture, because it also makes a school available for you to learn.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
music, theory, and just business in a sense also, because you can actually make money with
Yeah,
this.
true. So true. Thank you so much, Nur, for being with us today and for gracing us with your presence. And that is how we have come to the end of our show. I hope you guys are going to be following us on all social media platforms. En van my kant af, salut ouens, as ek sien vir julle volgende keer.
Aweh, ja julle. Ek is Jessica Alderblyk and I'm signing out. Sien julle next week. Noor, take it away, please.
They call you late luck, but still there's room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet, before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so, all I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you ever have been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gent